Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar brace for Jinger's memoir. We'll disown her again if we have to. From the moment that Jinger Duggar announced that she'd written a memoir, fans have been speculating about how her famously private family would react to the news. Thus far, Jinger's parents, Jim, Bob, and Michelle Duggar, have yet to publicly speak out on the matter. But not surprisingly, insiders say the patriarch and matriarch are deeply concerned about how they'll be portrayed in their daughter's literary debut. In fact, the couple has reportedly devised a plan for how they might deal with any damaging allegations that Jinger makes in the book. And considering these two previously disowned Jinger just were moving to Los Angeles with her husband, you can be sure that they're not planning any half measures. The good news for Jim, Bob, and Michelle is that the book will reportedly be less focused on Jinger's relationships with her family than with the spiritual journey that she's undergone in recent years. It's true, insiders say, that Jinger has abandoned many of the beliefs that she was raised with, but that's not because of any ill will toward her parents. Apparently, Jinger credits a brother-in-law who didn't grow up in the same tight-knit conservative circle with encouraging her to question the core tenets of her family's faith. Jinger did so and concluded that the religion she was raised with was too focused on rules rather than God's word. Even though it sounds like the memoir will focus primarily on the author's spiritual journey, Jim, Bob, and Michelle are said to be concerned that they'll come off as manipulative or abusive. Jim, Bob, and Michelle aren't thrilled by Jinger's book coming out, but they are hoping for the best, a source close to the situation tells In Touch. They're not sure of all the topics she'll cover, but they have prayed about it and hope that it's honest, respectful, and doesn't dredge up too much of their family troubles. Even though they've reportedly received reassurances about the book's content, Jim, Bob, and Michelle are still reportedly bracing themselves for the worst. It's no secret that Jim, Bob, and Michelle would rather all their children keep family matters private, the insider continues. A tell-all book from one of their own isn't something they ever worried about until now. Jinger has spent the past 3 years living in LA, and her parents reportedly fear that they don't know much about her beliefs or values these days. They feel that Jinger and Jeremy have changed and that the book is bound to touch on some controversial family issues, the insider adds. Another concern is that Jinger will most likely promote the book and do interviews, and Jim, Bob, and Michelle worry about the questions she'll be asked and how she'll answer. It's definitely a tense time. Jim, Bob, and Michelle are said to be fearful of whatever outside influence led Jinger to question her beliefs, but the source says they're also confident that they won't be betrayed. Even though they don't agree with all their life choices, they still love Jinger and Jeremy, the source notes. Jim, Bob, and Michelle are bracing themselves and just praying that while Jinger was writing the book, she stayed true to their family's core values. They seem confident now, but we'll see how they feel after the book comes out.